Hello all and welcome to another episode of the T-Files, episode 14. It's going to be the last episode of 2018. I'll see you guys in 2019. I get to say see you next year. Okay, anyway. Today I'm talking to you guys about woodwind instruments and wind instruments. What that means is an instrument that is creating sound using either wind from your mouth or processed wind, or woodwind, which is instrument creating sound from a piece of wood that is vibrating. Okay, so first we talk wind instruments. Wind instruments, quite vast. You get a trumpet, you get a flute, you get a harmonica, even melodica. There's quite a few instruments that require wind to create sound. I'm going to show you just a couple options so you get an idea. Firstly, you get what they call a flute. Comes in a nice little case like so. I don't know if you can see. This is what they call a silver or silver plated flute. So, firstly, we get what they call the mouthpiece, which is that little duty over there. So you can see the opening. Okay. So what they do is they'll obviously play left-handed or right-handed, and they'll sit their little mouth and they're going, and when they blow on it, it creates signal going through. Well, not signal, but air going through. And if you look on the bigger version of it, you've got all these little bells and whistles, those little pads, as they, if you will. So every single time you push down, see that one actually opens that hole at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. That little guy over there is moving when I push that. So there's actually holes underneath these guys that they've drilled out or machined out. And every time you push down on a pad, it changes the note because the wind is not coming through that hole anymore. So it creates a different key or chord or whatever. Okay. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of different pads. Depending on what sequence you push down, will create a different chord or key. Okay, and this particular one comes in 3 pieces, so you put it together like a puzzle. So there's a tiny little one, then the bigger one like I showed you, and then the mouthpiece that fits on that. Alright, that would be the flute, guys. Right, then you get the trumpet, same kind of concept, also using wind. In this case, the mouthpiece is separate. That over there is the mouthpiece. Can you see it? Alright, so you would fit in over there. So you blow on this guy. I'm not going to do it now because of my germs. So that goes in there, blows wind through all these little guys. La 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 la. However, there's 3 little valves. They call them valves, and what happens is as soon as you push them down, it kind of changes the wind from going one direction to another. One direction. So whichever valve you push down at whatever side that you push it will create different sounds too. So, trumpet. You get bigger versions like a trombone without the valves, just little sliders. If you look on this one, he does have a slide. Whoa, that's so cool. Okay, the trombone will have a much bigger slide that you... I can't show you one because it's too big. I'm going to probably damage the guitars like I did last time. So, keeping it simple, Stu version. Alright, so as you can see, sliders, again, as you pull the slider out, it creates a longer sound, which deepens the sound. So, depending on what kind of key you want to play, you'll either use the slider or the valves or these little pads. Very simple, right? Okay, trumpet, trombone, and flutes. Wind instruments. Now we move on to what we call woodwind instruments. Now woodwind, like I explained earlier, requires wood to vibrate to create the sound. Same concept as the wind instruments. This wood creates the signal, but still in a wind format. Right? Okay. Anyway. So, what you get is a mouthpiece now. completely different to your standard trumpet or trombone mouthpiece. This case, it's got, that's the wood. Okay, so that's made from bamboo. This is just a standard generic plastic mouthpiece, and you'll see that there's cork, which is wood, guys, it's cork. That seals the join onto the instrument itself. So that's a mouthpiece. You'll see this little metal piece over there, that's what they call a ligature, that holds the reed in place. Reeds look like this. I'm going to get you a close-up. Can you see it? Okay, so if you look from the side, I don't know if you're going to see this, but there's almost a beveled edge over there. Can you see that? I don't know if you can. Anyway, that's a much thinner piece of the wood, bamboo. That's the part that vibrates when you blow on it, so creating the sound. Yeah, so that would be a clarinet size, so you can see how small it is in comparison to the baritone. Can you see that? I'm bigger, I'm stronger. Yeah, you get the idea. Okay, so when we talk woodwind instruments, you get quite a few different options. You get a clarinet. Now, clarinet, you get different versions of clarinets as well. And then they call different things like a, which has got an extended piece that goes up like a bell, you know. Oh, so cool. Anyway, and then a bassoon and all kinds of weird different sounds and names for these things. But same concept as what I showed you earlier with the flute. However, it requires wood to make the sound. So same equal amount of pads that you push your fingers down to close the holes, or push fingers on the pads to open the holes to create different sounds. Okay, so that is a clarinet. Then you get saxophones. I'm only going to show you the soprano sax now. So the saxophone is made from brass that's been lacquered. Sometimes they make it from copper and different materials, but the reason why they make it out of brass and copper is for the sound. Like if you look at the clarinet, it's generally either bakelite, which is a type of material they use to replace plastic. They sometimes make it out of plastic as well, ABS plastic. The more expensive ones will be made from ebony. That's just a bit of the truth for you. Soprano sax, same concept as the clarinet, however a lot more pads, the fact that it's made from brass, yeah. So that's a soprano sax. Then you'll get one up from this, which is an alto sax, which has a bell, like I explained to you earlier with the oboe, much bigger bell. Then you'll get a baritone, which is a huge ass guy that literally you have to play whilst resting on the floor. And between the soprano and the alto and the baritone, you also get an tenor. See, I got it. So soprano, alto, tenor, and baritone in the saxophones. Okay, so they're all in different keys, like your tenor and your soprano will be in a, let me get this right, B flat, I think. And alto and, what was the other one again? Baritone, eh? No, tenor, no? Baritone, yeah. Will be in an E flat. Alright, so that is saxophones, clarinets, trumpets, trombones, all that kind of weird mumbo jumbo. Have I left anything out? I actually don't know. Woodwind instruments. But wind instruments can be also perturbed as harmonicas, melodicas, all that stuff. Harmonica is a tiny little thing played with your mouth. Yeah. Inside it's got little copper reeds, so as you blow on it, it vibrates. Kind of like a woodwind, but this time it's metal wind. Or we call it a wind instrument. Because it requires wind to create sound. How simple is that? Okay, so those particularly interesting instruments explained to you by the T-Files. The truth has been revealed yet again. Okay, so guys, be safe on New Year's. Don't do anything silly. I know you won't. Be clever. Anyway, okay. And I'll check you guys in 2019.